and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Lily and Generoso. I'm Lily.
I am Generoso.
And today we're going to be making something that is a bit of a hybrid. I won't say fusion because I hate that word. And also I think fusion generally implies a mix of Eastern and Western cooking. So in Vietnamese there's this thing called gỏi gà, which is generally kind of a salad that is made with cabbage and shredded carrots and chicken. And more recently, Jean and I have been obsessed with larb.
Larb.
We've actually been saying that word for years.
Larb.
But it's a really delicious, essentially lime and fish sauce based salad that's used with normally ground meat. We're going to do kind of like thin chicken slices in the Vietnamese form of the gỏi gà. So we're essentially going to make gỏi gà. We're just changing it up a little bit. So this has almost no cooking time whatsoever. The only thing that you're going to have to cook is the chicken. Pretty much all of the time and a lot of the time, I give you a little bit of a warning on this, is all prep. So let's see all of the ingredients. So we'll start with the dry goods. We have olive oil for our chicken. We have some soy sauce. We have fish sauce. We have apple vinegar. We have some sugar. We have fresh pepper. We have garlic powder. And we have chili garlic sauce. So you notice that this has a rooster on it. This is not sriracha. This is thinner than sriracha. And it has, again, it has a little bit of garlic in it. And it's a little less acidic as well. We have green onions. We have about 5, regular sized limes. We have 4 kind of medium sized carrots. We have 1 red onion. We have a bunch of different fun things to cook with. This is our juicer. We have some knives. And then this bowl contains some of the prettiest parts. We have some fresh cilantro, and we have plenty of mint. Mint is what makes this really nice and bright. And we have half a head of cabbage, which I went ahead and cut. And we have 4 breasts of chicken. Nice, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Again, you can use ground meat if you want. So you could use ground turkey, ground pork, ground beef. Larb is traditionally made with ground beef. You'll also see pork and chicken versions, and occasionally duck too, but we do not have duck here. So we'll get started in doing some of the prep, and we'll see you very shortly when we're ready to actually marinate the chicken when it's all cut. So we've done a lot of prep.
Yes.
So I have shredded up red onions. Underneath I actually have cut up the white part of the green onion as well. And with the help of my mandolin, I've shredded up the carrots. I've chopped up the green onions. Generoso has squeezed the limes. And he's also chopped up the chicken into these kind of bite-sized slivers. He's also kindly taken the leaves off of the cilantro stems, and the same with the mint as well. So first, we're going to go ahead and marinate the onions. So we're actually going to serve the gỏi with vinegared onions. So what we're going to do is about 1/2 cup of apple vinegar. You could use white vinegar. I chose to use apple vinegar because it's a little bit sweeter. And now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of white sugar. So 1 and 2. Just take our baby whisk up the sugar into that, let it all dissolve.
It's a nice smell actually already.
It does. And then we're just going to pour it on top of our onions and let it soak. And we're going to add some fresh cracked black pepper on top. Probably about a teaspoon or so, 1.5 teaspoons. I like my onions a little bit more peppery and sweet. You can at this point just take your hands and make sure that all the onions have some vinegar on it. And you'll just want to occasionally mix this up and make sure that all the onions get some vinegar. You'll just essentially let this soak for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes until basically when you do the toss, there's no more vinegar left at the bottom. Alright, so now we are going to give a quick marinade to our chicken.
Very cool.
So I'm taking my garlic ginger over to the chicken station, and I'm also going to take my soy sauce over. What we're going to do is put about 3 spoonfuls of lime. 2 and 3. And then I'm going to take our chili garlic sauce. Just want to mix it up just so that the oil that's on the top settles. Put 1 nice big spoonful on that. And then 2 spoonfuls of soy sauce. 1 and 2. And then just 1 spoonful of sugar. Alright, and at this point, you can just take your hands and just mix everything all together. And what you want to do is, while you're finishing the rest of your prep, because we still need to shred up the cabbage, and we also need to cut up our herbs a little bit more, just so that they're in a little bit tighter bite-sized pieces, you want to just let this chicken continue to marinate, just like the onions, basically.
That's 15 or 20 minutes?
Yeah, probably at least 15 or 20 minutes. Again, the longer the better, so if you want to marinate this for 30 minutes, if you want to marinate it for an hour, that's totally fine as well. So this should be all nice and mixed through. Just going to let it sit, and I'm going to give my hands a wash, and then I'm going to shred up the cabbage and do the rest of the prep, and we'll see you when we're ready to cook the chicken. So we've done some more prep. So I've shredded my cabbage. This half head of a cabbage was pretty big, so I ended up taking about 2/3 of it, and I put it into my final bowl. And then I added the chopped mint, I added the chopped green onion, and I also added the chopped cilantro to the cabbage, and also some of my shredded carrots as well. We still have our onions marinating in the vinegar. We'll add that in as we add the chicken. Still, there's some vinegar left at the bottom. We want this to soak up as much vinegar as possible. Boom. So now we are ready to fry our chicken. So you have some oil heating in the pan already. Just going to get my handy dandy chopsticks. Chopsticks.
Yes.
And then just going to dump our chicken in. Down into the sink. Remember that chicken has the lime and the chili and the soy sauce in it. And as it is frying up, we're going to go ahead and add some garlic powder. Probably about a teaspoon. And then we're going to add some black pepper. About another teaspoon as well. Right. So we're just going to let this chicken fry up and then cool off, and as it's cooling off, we'll make the final sauce for our gaiga. We'll see you soon. Alright, so our chicken is pretty much cooked. I still have it on the flame just to let some of this liquid cook down a little bit. We do definitely want to keep it because that's actually going to help make the gai even tastier. And what we're going to quickly do now is just make the dressing for this. So this is a little bit of a modified fish sauce. So this is 1/3 of a cup approximately of lime juice. And we're going to add fish sauce, and we're going to do just a tiny bit under 1/3 of a cup.
That's a lot of fish sauce.
Yes. So probably just like, maybe like 2 or 3 tablespoons short of 1/3 of a cup. And take our fun whisk. Just add that in. Gonna add the tiniest bit of sugar. Probably just 1/4 of a teaspoon. Just add a little bit of sweetness. And that is it. That is going to be the sauce we're going to eventually use to top everything once our chicken is ready. So we'll see you in a couple more minutes when the liquid from the chicken is cooked down, and we'll finish up our gai. Our chicken is all dried out. There's still a little bit of liquid at the bottom, which is totally great. I completely forgot, in our sauce we should add just the tiniest bit of chili. Just add some heat.
Heat is good.
Heat is good. Take our friendly whisk.
You love the little whisk, don't you, Lily?
I love the baby whisk. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just pour this on top of all of our veggies. And then get every last drop of it in there. We're going to take our chicken, this delicious chicken. Put it on top. It's still nice and warm. And then we will put this pan away. And as a final touch, we'll take our vinegar onions. Just give it a nice mix. Put a little mound of them right on top. I normally don't eat raw onions, but I do like the onions when they're pickled in a little bit of vinegar. And mixed into this salad. A little bit more. And there you go. This is my version of gai gai. Enjoy!